Your book specifically deeps dive into, I think, roughly 40, 45 years from the late 1800s to 1940s, something along those lines. So you have a very micro specific zooming in on that. And you mentioned that Hedgewar, in fact, does meet Bose, he does meet others. What sort of sets him apart from all of these other all of these revolutionaries or freedom fighters as we now know them? You also mentioned tons of things about Gandhi. You mentioned a few passages about Nehru as well, right? These guys have let's just say they've been given more than their fair share of recognition through history.
Yeah. I mean, so yes, absolutely. You're quite right in that. Couple of things. So one is, let's take it in turn, if you don't mind. So number one is, he never met Bose. They were interacting through intermediaries.
Okay.
But they never physically met. By the time Bose got round to physically going to see Hedgewar had already fallen ill, and he was on his deathbed actually. And when Bose was at the echelons of the Indian National Congress, Hedgewar was either a young angry revolutionary smuggling arms and guns, or by the time he became a congressman. And part of kind of Tilak's and Munjay's, what I call the Republican side,
right.
Bose had already he was very senior, and by the time Hedgewar became senior, Bose had left the Congress. So they never actually met.
If you liked the episode, please leave your key takeaways in the comments. It helps us decide future episodes. And of course, make sure you follow Dostcast on Spotify. Dostcast to the moon.
But let me say this, and I think this is where maybe someone like me can get away with saying what I'm about to say, which maybe somebody in India may not. Hedgewar, to me, from the material that I've seen, clearly respected Bose. There's no doubt about that, right? They were both nationalists. No doubt. I don't see any hesitation in saying that. But I don't think Hedgewar saw the merit in Bose's ideas of a future India. And this will answer your question about what are the differences. Bose, in the political, philosophical sense, not a moral sense, was a fascist, right? What I mean by that is that he didn't believe in democracy. He was not a Democrat. He believed in a strongman dictatorship backed by a single-party system. And he, in 1944, openly says so. And he says that, and of course, he should be the strong man at the top, right?
Right.
And effectively, India needs a strongman dictatorship for 20 years before anything else can happen. And he wanted to absolutely capture the Rajya, right? He didn't really understand, nor did he have much to say about the Rashtra, right? And the other thing is, Bose was a hardcore socialist. I won't call him a communist, but he was a hardcore socialist, right? All of these things were unpalatable for Hedgewar and the Hedgewarian thought. So that's Bose. Savarkar. Again, Vinayak Savarkar, the middle brother, actually didn't interact with Hedgewar very often. They did, but not very often.
If you love this episode, make sure you leave a note at the end so we know what more to make of. And of course, follow Dostcast on Spotify, Dostcast to the moon.